we are gonna build picture frames made of raw pine wood. They are gonna be in 45-degree cuts. The essential part is that I'm gonna need to make 12 of them. So it means 12 times 4 times 2 cuts, 96 cuts. This is my situation. So here I'm using this machine that I built to perform the 45-degree angled cuts. This part here is at 45 degrees relative to where I'm doing the cutting, so that allows me to perform the exact same cut every time. After cutting all the pieces of wood at the same correct angles, I moved to another part of the machine that will help me drill the holes for the dowels that's going to connect the frame once everything is finished. So here I'm doing the 90-degree angled drills, and after this I'll take the guide piece, swap it for another part of the machine to perform the straight holes. Since the frame is a rectangle, one edge is shorter than the other one, so I need two types of holes. But this machine and this setup really allowed me to lock everything down really tight and perform the holes, put them exactly at the same spot every time. I moved on to making the cut that creates the edge of the front part of the frame that will hold the glass. And I used this machine to do it, that uses the force of the saw to push the wood into the angled stub that effectively moves the wood left and locks it into place. After putting in the dowels and securing them, I could finish the frames and connect all of them. Then I moved on to the next part, which was the typeface. Each frame has a custom message on it that I needed to be able to reproduce. So I started analyzing each message, looking at each letter, what components make them up, and I identified all of the different angles that I would need guides for. Then I repeated the process for all 12 frames, making sure that I knew how to make each of them. Then I built guides so that I could confidently reproduce each letter on each frame correctly every time so that it looked coherent. Then I started with the drill to remove material, actually engraving each letter into the top surface of the frames. For the finish, I used a torch to burn the surface of the wood. Going straight to the raw wood with the torch, I could just go over it very slowly and make sure to burn it just the exact amount. And with each frame finished, I prepared them for the next step, which was to make the spacers between the front glass and the back actual art piece. So they needed to have a certain distance between them so that the glass does not touch the charcoal drawing. This I did with these spacers that I also inked completely black, and here I am putting in the glass very carefully. And after this I installed the spacers that would lock the glass into the front and give me a base to put the actual artwork. Then I gave it a supporting back and finished with locking everything off with the tape